Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people. Not brought to you by Marquee. Hello and welcome to Total Fitheads.
Total Fitheads.
Today we're talking about the least fun thing in my life that's still not been not fun enough to stop me from drinking. But when that happens, I think that's when you grow up or whatever.
Yeah.
When hangovers suck so badly that you stop drinking. That it's in your brain before you drink how bad it was. Which I've seen it happen to people, but weaker people than I.
Well, I don't think it's I used to think it was an age thing for sure. And now I don't know. I think just some people get them real bad. And some people get them not bad, and then some people get worse over time, and blah, blah, blah.
No, well, I don't think it's a genetic thing either, because that seems to be what you're saying.
So what is it?
I think it's practice. I honestly think people get older, drink less, and forget how crappy it was in college that you felt, or that your body's not as used to it. And so you think it's because you're getting older, but it's actually...
I think it's both. I think we slow down. You know, you do age. You do die. People die from old age. Did you know that?
Prove it.
So I think, yeah, you know, you don't see a lot of 50-year-old NBA players. You don't see any 60-year-old NFL players. I think age does have an effect.
NBA dies before NFL?
I think NFL is the youngest. It's the worst on your body.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And
Rugby,
I don't think basketball is that bad for your body. I just think that their bodies are so, like, tall and under a lot of strain that there's like...
Well, that's genetic. Under a lot of strain. Yeah, what about an equally tall to an NBA player person that did not go through the stress of being in the NBA? Would they live longer?
Yeah. Well, especially back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, those guys were that tall and they're smoking cigarettes and flying commercial. You know, flying
Everybody
a coach.
was.
You know what I mean? Whereas now they're
with
all
a gun.
Now they're getting like massage treatments and they figured out naps and hydration and stuff like that.
Recovery or whatever. Just to backtrack a little because I think about this all the time. I probably already told you about this. I remember this episode of Twilight Zone where the dude's on a plane, they're filming, and he's on the plane for the episode, probably. There's someone on the wing. Yes, it's that one. Oh, so you've seen this. Everyone knows this episode.
Yeah.
But what people don't remember is that he's smoking a cigarette while he's on the plane, and then when he notices someone on the wing, he pulls out a gun to protect himself.
I forgot about the gun. That's amazing.
Hilarious to us now at the current stage of our...
Also, isn't it a pressurized cabin? Wouldn't the gun like make it more dangerous for everyone else on the plane?
Oh, I thought you were saying about smoking, like you can't light air and... Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's that too.
I don't know, but at some point, you were probably allowed to fly with guns, right? They wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Yeah, well, I thought he might have been a cop or an agent or something.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Oh, right. What do they call that when you're like a sleeper agent in...
On the plane?
Yeah, or you're undercover.
Marshal,
Air marshal. Yeah. There's one on every flight, that's what they say.
That's what they say. I don't buy it.
That's because it's you! You're secretly an air marshal. The guns in the beard.
There was in college I took this class called symbolic logic, and the opening class, the guy told us this like logic principle, and he was like, so I'm not going to take attendance, and here's why. And he told us this like really sort of long, drawn out, convoluted story about like a logic puzzle about a guy who was a prisoner, and they were like, we're going to hold you here for a week, and then we're going to kill you, but it's on the day you least expect it, and you'll never see it coming. And he's like, well, logically, I'm going to live forever because I know you're not going to do it today because I expect it to be today, and I know it wouldn't be tomorrow because logically that would be the day I least expected. And then the end of the week, it can't be the last day because then I would expect it, you know? And so if it's the day that I least expect it, logically, I'll never die. And he goes on and on and on about how like weird and like philosophical and logic puzzle this is. And he's like, yeah, so anyway, I don't know. I'm not going to take attendance because I might give you a pop quiz on that day. And he was like, so if you don't want to come to class, you don't have to come to class, but I might give you a pop quiz. And I was like, okay, dude, who cares? And then it literally worked the exact way he described it. Like, every day I would sleep in, I'd be like, I don't want to go to class. Oh no, today's the day that pop quizzes are going to come by. And it worked. And so now I think it's one of those things with the U.S. Marshals. Like, they're like, there's a marshal on every plane. I'm like, no, wait, that's impossible, dude. I'm like, oh, wait. But this plane, there definitely is. You know what I mean? I think about that all the time.
What the heck is that class, too? Symbolic logic?
It was amazing. It was my favorite class I've ever taken. It was like they explained how to formulate arguments and logical fallacies and
those are fascinating.
And so we did like it looked like algebra or symbols. So we had like all these weird. It looked like alien writing. That was our entire test. It was like a curve and like a line with 2 dots and like a line with 1 dot and all this stuff, and you'd have to do like proofs based off of arguments, and so you'd see like what held and what didn't, and like how someone was phrasing something.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like turning arguments into math.
It was amazing. I highly, highly recommend it. Or even just like pick up a book or watch a YouTube video on it. It's so fun.
Or just read the Wikipedia page on logical fallacies, memorize them, and then use the names of them when people...
Yeah, straw man, whatever.
That's ad hominem, right?
Right. And then, but you'd be surprised how often it pops up, and
how often people use a logical fallacy, and then how mad they get when you use the vocab word for what they've done.
You point and you explain it to them, and you define how they're stupid.
Yeah.
It was an unbelievable course, and if I could major in it, I would. But at the end of the course, I was like, "This is great. Is there like a 200 level?" And the guy was like, "Nope, that's it. We're done. Sorry." I was like, "Okay, I guess I passed."
Well, forming arguments is also storytelling. I'm assuming it also helped your sketches even.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit like it was nice to like it put arguments into like a formula, and then you could phrase them or like conceptualize them that way a little bit better. And it definitely helped me think of like what made sense and what didn't, and if someone's like how to like argue something, and if someone's arguing like with a huge glaring gap in it or whatever, I can be like, okay, well that's stupid. I don't believe that or whatever. So
I imagine in today's political culture, you see a lot of formula issues.
Yeah, a little bit. In today's political culture, it's just people get buzzwords and they take 1-sentence clips out of 500-page articles or whatever, and take everything out of context, like that Schwarzenegger thing.
Right.
Like everything, it's unbelievable. But it's really I can't tell you how much I love symbolic logic. Just look up a YouTube video. That's 5 solid minutes. 5 minutes well spent, I would say.
But not right now. Stay on this video to the end. But then later go to that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I gotta write that down.
So for air marshal, there may or may not be an air marshal on your flight.
Right.
But you should definitely hydrate on your flight for sure.
Yes.
Which I actually do believe, and that's one of the reasons I don't like I don't like drinking on a plane.
I
too
know.
Much.
Me neither. I
always get sick, or I always get like way too drunk too fast.
Right.
Or I get really like nauseous or hungover in the air.
It's compounded by the fact that you're probably changing time zones, you're traveling, your sleep's gonna suck because you're not on your 8-sleep mattress. So
which I love. Which, speaking of hangover cures, that's one of my first big hangover cures. Shout out to 8-Sleep.
There we are.
I just figured it out the other day.
Oh, if you didn't read the title of this podcast, we were talking about our favorite hangover hacks, how we survive them, what do we use to cure them. And number one, I
just figured this out. This is the newest one. I just figured out the other day. I wake up, I crank my 8-sleep mattress down to like -20, and I just sit there in the icy cold bed, and it's the most comfortable I've ever been in my life. I can't believe that's like a new thing for me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It makes a difference. And when I'm fasting, I'll crank it up. I get colder at night when I haven't eaten, 24 hours at least. And so the reverse, also lovely.
Yeah, when you're fasting, you don't have a lot of food in you, I think.
Haven't done the science on it, but I'll get back to you.
Logically, yeah. So I mean, I remember when I used to informally fast, you just get so much colder, so much quicker. You don't have any energy for your body to warm.
Yeah.
No coal to throw in the fire.
Right, well that's because you probably weren't tapping into your fat sources, which I would love to test your ketones when you were doing that.
Yeah, let me just grab a time machine.
That's the first thing I would do. Obviously kill Hitler, but then...
What age would you kill Hitler?
Oh, interesting.
First of all,
Hitler.
would you kill
Why do
Hitler?
I just feel bad? Am I allowed to feel bad about murdering a baby if it's Hitler?
That's the
How did we arrive here? It only took over a year on Total Fitheads to finally get to talking about Hitler.
Killing baby Hitler.
But
I feel like that's pretty standard podcast stuff. Talking about killing baby Hitler.
That's the thing on the internet, that any conversation that goes long enough on the internet will somehow end up at Hitler. Because it's everything is taken to the extreme, and he is the definition of that.
He really is.
Or the meme of that, even. Anyway, glad we've got there.
So, dodging the question, I say.
Oh, it's killing baby Hitler.
What
okay.
age would you kill baby? Would you kill Hitler?
What age would you kill baby Hitler?
No. Well, I mean, that's what I guess the argument is. Would you go back in time and kill Hitler? Yes. Would you go back and kill a baby? Probably not.
Well, I don't know how strong he gets after baby, so...
That's the question. You don't want to kill him at the height of his...
Right, yeah.
You know, now when he's got the SS around him.
So you want him to live as long as he can,
No.
not harming people. I
At
would kill
what
him right
age-
before he harms the first person.
At what age do you think you could take him?
Oh.
And
Do I get a weapon?
You get a time machine. You can do whatever you want. You can push him off a bridge.
I could do that to a full adult.
You could put a condom on his dad. You know what I mean? Like, you could do anything. You got a time machine.
Wow. Yeah, I would figure out the exact moment that he hurt his first person, which is probably, I don't know, biting his mom's nipples. So yeah, we're killing baby Hitler.
So you kill a baby. Wow, Spags, you're a baby
What
killer.
about you?
I don't know. Probably, that's a tough one. Because it's also tough to like kill somebody in theory for something he hasn't done yet. Then you're
Giving him a second chance when you go back in time. Oh, that's it. We'd rehabilitate him. We'd be like, don't.
Hey,
Your
man.
art is really good. You know, that's the only reason he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a suffering artist.
Just get him a dog.
Yeah. Maybe
feel
he was
like that would go a
hungover.
long way.
There we go.
Maybe
Brought it back.
Boom. Maybe here's the worst. The rise of Nazism was a hangover from him not getting into art school.
Right.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so I love my 8 sleep.
Maybe we shouldn't even tell them that we talked about them. Yeah, probably won't. Oh, sorry about those ads.
Targeted ads.
Targeted ads. I hear this from a lot of people, not just you.
What?
That they keep seeing the targeted ad of me talking about 8 sleep, which I'm not mad at it because I truly love the mattress.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying in the video.
And I like your video. I don't think it's a bad
Oh,
video.
thanks.
I think if it would be embarrassing if you didn't like the video that you made, and if you didn't.
And
like
I didn't believe in the product, but I do. So
Well, that's
I guess
why
it's okay.
I love seeing my 8 sleep ad.
Yours is so funny. He pours coffee into nowhere. Comedic genius.
That was tough because my old kitchen was. So I did this bit where I have a mug and I have a coffee pot and I miss the mug because I'm so tired. Ha ha ha. And it was tough because my old kitchen, I like couldn't get the lighting right, and I didn't want to just pour it all over the floor because Brittany would murder me.
Yeah.
So I was trying to pour it into the sink, but I couldn't. You know, I had to like lean across or whatever.
Yeah.
So people always call me out on that, but they call me out on the dumbest stuff anyway.
Like wearing sleeves.
Wearing sleeves is dumb. Nothing will ever top the Thor video.
Yeah.
Where I reverse videoed an axe that I threw into the wall, and then I animated lightning over my eyeball, and my beard turned, I turned into Thor, and they were like, it's fake. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fake. No way. Like, yeah, you got me. It's fake.
I get a lot of people saying your shoes match. Which they don't ever. It's just lighting, or they didn't look hard enough. That's the worst when they clearly
they think
don't
they caught
match.
you, and then
yeah. And what are you trying to catch me? Whatever.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry I wasted my time entertaining you for years and years.
Yeah, and it only bothers me because I've kept this streak for so long that I commit to it even at weddings and funerals. That if I'm like insulted that someone thinks I'm lazy and just didn't do it on a regular day.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
It's
you
a me
creatively
problem.
lazy. That's for sure.
Lazy. You can't really see the mess because the lovely lens blur, but there's a lot going on in my studio right now.
A lot going on.
I cleaned before you got here. You couldn't even sit down there.
Thank you.
Everywhere.
This looks great. This is so nice. I feel like every time I come here, you're like, "Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you wanna take this before you leave?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need a chalkboard or
2 full-calorie monsters."
Have you ever shotgunned a monster?
No. Why?
Have you ever shotgunned a beer?
Yeah.
Have you ever
only
shotgunned?
3 times, and they've all been for a video.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
only
don't
do it if I'm
um,
documenting it. I don't do it as like a normal human living her life. Like, yeah, okay, let me just shotgun this beer. No, it's always performative.
Man.
Actually, coming out soon. Oh, it's already out. It's already on this channel, me shotgunning a beer on the beach. So go look for that.
Cool.
It's in the beach biking beer mile. We biked a beer mile. Oh my god.
On the beach? You
Yeah.
biked on the beach?
Yeah.
Did you get one of those, like, tread?
Yeah, it was
thicker
like a
tread
cruiser.
tires?
Yeah. And the sand was all packed down.
Mm.
You were there for the other beach beer mile too.
I was in front of my old house.
Good times.
Do you remember we just ran in a triangle? It was like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Kim and I were
You guys,
wrestling by the
not
end.
we. You
Yeah.
guys.
He just filmed and laughed.
We did. So Allie comes over. She's like, "Hey, I want to do a beach beer mile. Do you want to do one?" I was like, "No, absolutely not." And so she drags Kim nonstop.
Good
And
stuff.
then we get to the beach. We have a bunch of beers, but it's like a real beach day. It's not like a private beach or anything. And
Lot of
so it's
people.
like a lot of kids, a lot of people, and
We had bottles too, not cans. That was rough.
it's very weird. And we didn't even have a bottle opener. What's his name? Had to do it with his
Yeah.
party trick or whatever. And then so Allie's like, "So how far do we go? I mean, should I pace this off or do I do a mile?" And then like we couldn't figure it out, so she just ran in a big triangle, like through people's like beach encampment. You know what I mean? Like Ferris Bueller, like running, like, "Hey, how we doing? How we doing? Hi." And she just did a
Dinner's
big,
ready.
yeah, did a gigantic beer mile loop, and it was hysterical. And at the end,
times.
I think Kim tripped you as like the
Yeah.
final thing, or you tripped
It
her.
was a
or
photo
something?
finish. I think maybe I cheated. I think I cut across the loop to catch up to her. It's hard running in sand. Also,
It is.
she's an Apple athlete now. Give me a break.
And she's probably the most competitive person I've seen in a while in terms of athlete. Like, cameras rolling, we're gonna do this fun little
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah,
like, "Yeah, we're gonna do
this
this
is
fun little thing where I crush you." You know what I mean? She does.
And then she does.
And then she does. That was a photo finish. My God.
Good
How many beer
times.
miles have you done? 100?
I'm thinking about making this a beer mile channel. So it'll be Wednesdays Total Fit Heads, or we do a beer mile. Mondays
This is
other
weird.
beer mile
This is
that I
we
do
nonsense.
without you. 2 beer miles a week. I
So
keep saying beer mile.
like, are you a runner?
Yes. My answer is yes. People take it seriously. The best beer miler is like isn't under 5 minutes. Now I gotta Google it.
A mile?
Fastest beer mile is impressive. The guy that does it is an athlete.
How fast is the fastest mile?
Definitely under 5. That was a thing for a while. Getting
was
under.
that 4 minutes or 5 minutes or 3 minutes?
Fastest beer mile, 4 minutes and 33.6 seconds.
Holy moly.
World record. Let me see the guy's name.
Bill. Todd. Thomas. Trevor.
World record.
Arnold.
Canadian.
Arthur.
Corey Billmore.
Corey, I was right there.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so, no. That was 2016. 2017, he broke his own record. Once again, Corey. Wow. That
should
hasn't
get
been
him.
broken since 2017.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah, let's do it. You know who else we should get as the fastest woman on a space hopper?
Mm.
I think she's still alive. Oh, it's me.
Mm.
It's me.
It's very good. It's hilarious.
Thanks.
It's hilarious. Were you
That right there, the Guinness World Record book. I'm in it.
Very good. My mom used to get that for me every
Excuse me.
Christmas.
Really?
I would read it cover to cover on Christmas Day, and then I would just put it down, and that was it for the
That's
year.
so cute. Josh is in here too.
Yeah,
Juggling
but he's
Josh.
got a whole page, right?
Yes.
Oh, is that 2019?
Excuse me. Oh, I'm also going in 2020 Ripley's Believe It or Not. I just found out.
Cool. What do I not believe?
That I made a giant drivable Chia pet.
It looks like it's had some better days.
Yeah, it looks like crap. You've seen the
aftermath.
current version. This is a TF exclusive. No one knows that I stopped watering it.
Oh.
Everyone keeps asking, hey, can you drive it out again or take another picture or how's it doing? It is not doing well.
Wouldn't call myself a botanist, botany?
Yes.
Bottleneck.
And those girls that do glute exercises in the gym are buttonists.
Buttonists. Love that. And seamstresses are also buttonists.
Buttonists. Wow, this is great. Where have we gone? We haven't even... Okay, so 8 sleep. Yeah, love that. We talked about...
No. I meant to say, if you guys, you lovely, beautiful, fit heads.
Yes. You heads.
If you find somebody that you think we should get on the podcast, just hit them at Twitter. We've done it a couple times. I don't know if you've noticed that, but
yeah,
a couple people have reached out to us and be like, hey, so I don't know who you are, but all these people on Twitter keep adding, tweeting at me that I should come on your podcast. I'm happy to.
Go.
Would you like to introduce yourself? And we're like, no, just come on. Trick question, we're already recording you. So yeah, if you have somebody you like or somebody sort of weird that you think would be fun for us to
let us know on Twitter. That's a great place.
Tweet at them.
And
us, but mostly at them.
Mostly harass people to come on the show.
Yeah.
I tried to make that happen because I posted an old an old drunk yoga with Kim, and I was like, go bother her on Instagram to make her do it again with me. Which, by the way, it performed so well.
Drunk yoga, just the name, it's one
good.
of those things. It's like weightlifting is a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's
click
like, boom, it's gold. I have to click on this.
Okay, I think they took me out because I can't find it. Whatever.
Did you check what page are you on? Or what section?
It's a joke. You can't delete things from a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a website. I'm in here. I just can't find it. There's Josh, so I'm close to him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm on the same page. It's me, a tiny little me.
You look great.
Right here, and then a whole page of juggling Josh. Freaking 18 different ones.
Page of Josh.
What a hero. And I introduced him to them.
Shout out to Josh, just had a kid. Juggling dad.
Oh, juggling dad. That's cute. He's gonna get his kid juggling at age 0, I'm sure.
Do you think,
It's gonna be a coordinated child.
Do you think he's going to juggle his child?
Yeah. I do. I forgot we were filming for a second, and I just thought really hard about this question.
Wow.
Yeah, because then I started thinking about how he would probably this and then pass him off to carefully instead of actually throwing him or hold him, but still yeah, this kid's a prop from now on.
This kid better get some little helmets on that kid. Although it's not like he's juggling Josh, but he's never dropped anything in his life. So
Yeah. Speaking of little helmet, get Jax.
Oh, it's got a little helmet. That's ridiculous.
Wait, has Jax been on camera yet? He's here right now. Oh. Celebrity guest!
Jackson Noodle.
Is that his middle name?
We sort of thought that it fit pretty well.
Noodle? Yeah, he's a noodle.
Because he looks like a noodle.
He looks like he's got wiener dog in him and he's all wiggly.
He was supposed to be just Beagle.
Here. Does he want a flamingo shirt?
Do you want a t-shirt, buddy?
No, wait.
This
Here's a beer drinking shirt. To be clear, I have...
To be clear, Allie wears these as shirts to the bar all the time.
I have one. I mean, I have one that's the size of a lab that I wear.
Yeah, I feel like we're not being clear. Allie wears a shirt for a dog.
Okay.
Because she's the size of a large dog.
I didn't notice the hole for the leash before I bought it. No, it's cute matching your dog. You should try it. Here.
I would love to. Oh, he's got goggles?
Yeah. It's Drinking Buddy. See, that fits the episode. Oh, you definitely don't like goggles. There we go. Looking good. Get him off. Quick.
Takes him right off. Poor guy. That's okay.
Okay. None of that.
Let's put your t-shirt on, buddy. Okay.
Looking good.
God, what a stud.
He's your drinking buddy.
Tag in. Wow. Wow, look at you, pal. Woo-hoo. Smooch. Okay.
Okay.
So, Hangover.
My number one hangover helper.
Hangover
which
helper.
you learned from me because you're horrible at this. And I don't know if you've ever actually taken my advice, but I'm
Hamburger helper.
trying
Hangover
to
helper. What am I
hangover
doing?
helper you. Never do last call. Why? Why would you just do a shot to get an Uber to go to bed?
Because I'm not drunk enough.
What? Okay, maybe that's your issue. Don't be not drunk enough at 2 a.m.
Never do last call. So you've never.
Unless you're going somewhere after. But
So when you say never do last call, it's 2 a.m.
what I'm saying.
Last call, everybody. Bar's closing. Get out. And then you're like, ooh, should I get one more drink? And then your rule is
so I can
no. Never.
Get another ounce of whiskey in me before I go unconscious. Meaning before I go to bed. That's stupid. Why would you just get drunker to be...
What about a nightcap? You ever done one of those?
Yeah, I mean, that'll also screw with your sleep, right?
Yeah.
Or wine with dinner. That's fine, right? What a waste, though. I have a song called Efficient Drinking where I talk about... basically, drinking slowly is a waste of time and money and calories. That's probably not healthy, is it?
Although we went to a wine bar the other day, and I got a nice little sort of slow wine buzz, and it was very enjoyable. I hadn't done that in a long time.
Wine, though, that's supposed to be a hangover monster.
Yeah, I think certain people have real tough problems with certain liquors, famously tequila. Whoa!
Excuse
Champagne,
me, sir.
wine. Jax, come
You see a bird?
here. What is it? I think there's somebody outside that he's barking at. Jack!
Get him. Get him.
You better watch it. That's the one he does when he does it.
He knows what you want. Hey! We're listening.
So wine, I haven't been wine drunk in a long time. But it was incredibly enjoyable, and I didn't get that bad of a hangover from wine. It was probably the 2 bottles of other crap that I drank after that.
Yeah. So here's my wine hack. They're doing a bunch of low sugar wines now. I've done a video on healthy alcohols. I have another one in the works because I just keep getting served ads about healthy alcohols now that I've purchased them all from Instagram.
Oh no.
But this is a new big thing in the beverage industry, is making healthy drinks or low sugar. You know, I mean, they talk about gluten-free and whatever.
I never understood what
less
gluten-free
additives.
vodka or what.
Some people are
Tito's gluten-free?
Yes, and my friend actually has celiacs, and so she just needs to have gluten-free vodka.
What does that mean?
It means there's no gluten
from corn,
in it, but
or not from potato? Is that what that
wheat.
means?
There's no wheat. Which there shouldn't be wheat technically in potato vodka, but I don't know. Lots of vodka companies still sneak stuff in there.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
So anyway, get a low sugar alcohol, low sugar wine.
Also, what are sulfates? I've heard a lot about low
yeah.
sulfite wine. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so I thought sulfites were causing me to be congested when I woke up, but I've tested low sulfite wines and still felt that way. So I don't think that's causing that. I don't know, some people are more sensitive to it. I've heard that's what gives you a glow. Sometimes people react to it and they'll get that. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, it's supposedly that's also crappy for you.
But have you ever found a low? Did you have to I went to the liquor store and I was like, "Can I get a low sulfite?" And he was like, "What is that?"
Were you in middle of America? Because I feel like LA they'd be more open to it.
Yeah, I guess I should go to Erewhon or whatever that fancy grocery store is.
You can pay $80.
No, the guy was like, they're all low sulfite if or something. He was just like, "You're an idiot," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. I guess I misread articles after articles on the internet."
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't know. Well, okay, and also I've heard clearer the liquor, the better. So vodka would give you less of a hangover than whiskey.
Do you believe it?
No, I don't think I've noticed a difference. Gin, I'm a big fan.
I hate gin.
Oh, that's
all.
You have terrible taste.
It's awful.
Ugh.
It tastes like
Christmas.
not great.
How descriptive.
Do you mean gin or do you mean peppermint schnapps?
Wait a minute. Isn't it really syrupy? Peppermint schnapps
Peppermint
like
schnapps
thick.
is very thick and
What?
syrupy and disgusting.
Mm.
And my grandmother used to do shots of it after dinner. You know, to settle your stomach. And I'm like, no, Oma, that's not. No one's stomach is getting settled here. You're just getting drunk. Like. But then I went to Austria and the old country, and they all did it, and they were like, "Yeah, just it settles your stomach." I'm like, "So you guys are all just pulling this ridiculous lie, and I'm supposed to believe this?"
Didn't you send me a video where
Arnold
Schwarzenegger pours peppermint schnapps into his protein shake?
He goes, "Now we're gonna make the protein shake, a little bit of protein, a little bit of schnapps," and he like dumps half the bottle in. It's amazing. And he's like, "And then we're good," and he blends it, and you're like, "What? That's what?" Highly recommend peppermint schnapps.
No, not. Remember 99 Berries?
Delicious.
That was college.
Remember Dr. McGillicuddy's? That was my favorite.
No.
Amazing.
Is it super cheap?
Yeah.
Any of the plastic bottle ones. Vladdy.
Papa,
Vladimir.
vodka, that was
Burnett's,
disgusting.
was that one?
Burnett's was a bad.
Plastic. Yeah, I guess the quality of vodka matters.
Quality, yeah. So
You
a lot of
put it
people
through a
say the
Brita
quality.
filter.
A lot of people say the quality of liquor matters the most for their hangover, and actually not as much for the taste. I think that there's clearly a big taste difference up to a point, and then once it gets to like a quality, and for lack of a better term, I'll use like expensive, because that's sort of how I sort of. So like top shelf vodkas, apparently they're all the same quality, it's just different taste.
Man, and I would have to have them back to back, and it would still be really subtle. And I feel that way even about
I completely agree.
well versus a good one. And I know you're saying you can tell the difference.
I think
for really crappy
like
ones,
the
but-
really crappy ones you can just tell because it burns and it like tastes like.
What if you
nail
done a
polish
shot
in the
of vodka and it didn't burn?
Apparently, well, no, there's like a
Get
cold bottle of Goose,
Really?
a cold
Yeah, but you're already-
Belvedere maybe, or a shout out to all these vodkas that aren't sponsoring us.
Marquis, though.
Marquis. I don't know. I don't think that I've never had a problem mixing liquors. I've never had a problem clear
Yeah, I haven't
versus
found
dark.
that being...
One big problem that I started having recently the last 5 years or so, was like drinking 100 beers. That's what really knocks me out, you know?
100 beers. Not a centurion, which would be 100 shots of beer, which is a game the people play. You're talking about...
I played that
100
once or
beers.
twice, and it is an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Like a power hour is fun, and
Yeah.
look at us, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Century Club is not.
It's just...
It's no fun.
It's a bell curve of terrible.
Big time.
Here's...
The bell curve is terrible.
On the curve, we got power hour here, and
Yeah.
very close to the bottom, very close. It's 40 minutes later,
You
right?
might as well like take the silhouette of a bell curve and just like fold it in half.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's like a bell cliff.
Yeah,
'Cause
61 and you're just done.
Nightmare. It's an absolute
60
nightmare.
though, you're flying high.
I remember one time I was like I I like couldn't lift my head because it was so heavy because I was so drunk, and I was like, just it's fine, just somebody pour a shot into my mouth, please.
Can't lose.
It was the dumbest thing
Wow.
ever.
I thought about releasing 40 more songs to make a Centurion. That's a long concert though.
Yeah, and then people will like die of alcohol.
Yeah, that too. Well, I mean, I already worried about the 60 minutes. And my 60 takes 90. And people drink in between in my concerts too. They're not even following along. You were doing actual shots. No,
yeah, I was
Brittany
doing whiskey shots. Well, I
And she
mean,
convinced
I've
you.
been to a few of your. That wasn't my first Alex Spagnola Power Hour concert,
Yeah.
was it? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Man, I remember going out to bars and concerts and like doing stuff and seeing people and
Yeah,
like,
weird.
breathing air
Playing
and all
live
that
shows,
stuff.
breathing air.
Those are the days.
We'll get back to it.
All right, so what is your?
Okay, so,
what is
well, I
your
do
hang-
want to say, some people say that not mixing beer and wine and liquor in one night will help them, or doing that is what causes a hangover. I've never seen that, but if you want to experiment yourself,
Yeah.
maybe stick to one thing and see if you feel better.
Yeah, I think with most of these is like, we'll give you some options and you experiment and figure out what works for you.
But certainly cutting yourself off and riding your drunk from midnight out into the end of the night is way better than...
Just get it.
But last call is so fun because everybody gets together and you'll do it at once.
Well, let me piggyback on that one. A better one is before you go to bed, drink a full glass of water.
Yes.
I think before you go to bed,
20 ounces
to hydrate as much as... I forget who we had on the podcast, but somebody was like, well, a hangover is just hydration. And I was like, what? And then like 15 of my years just went, you know what I mean? Like I had like a weird flash. And I was like, that's it? Is that all? But then...
Oh, no, because I've definitely chugged a ton of water throughout the night and before going to bed and still felt like crap, so...
I bet it was... The other thing was we had a sleep guy on who was like, well, a hangover is just go to sleep. That's all you need. So I'm sure it's like whoever's doing what was just pitching whatever.
Yeah.
But the hydrate... I think for me, big time hydration before you go to sleep. Because then there's that 8 or whatever hours when you're like your body needs some actual water and you're asleep, so you can't get up and drink water. Right when you wake up, drink some more hydration. I love those hydration packets, the powders or the drops or whatever.
LMNT, yeah.
It's something with electrolytes, something with some sugar, something
I've
with some salt.
heard it's bad to mix alcohol and Gatorade too for some reason.
Well, Gatorade's a lot of sugar.
Oh, sorry, sugar-free Gatorade. I think the electrolytes are not a good idea, but I don't know why.
I think electrolytes are a good idea.
But not while you're drinking. I've heard it's bad while you should do it after.
You never made Faderades? We used to make those all the time.
That sounds great.
Faderades, Gatorade,
the name sells itself.
Vodka, and it's in your gym bag, and you drink it in college.
Wow, it's coming out.
High school.
High school.
Grade school.
I drank at the day that I turned 21.
Wow. What'd you do for your 21st birthday?
I got stupid drunk. Oh, I remember trying to keep track of how many shots, and I got to or drinks. And then on my arm, I was like, I'm gonna write it down so I can remember all the drinks, and it was like 5.
You should have just taken a Polaroid with everyone.
Yeah. No. Well, how old do you think I am? We had flip phones.
No, but Polaroid photos are like trendy, especially for, you never went over to somebody's house and they have like a wall full of Polaroids.
Right there, you and me.
Yeah, I know.
We do it in our gym too. We have yet to get you a photo in.
I don't think I've worked out in your gym.
We've only podcasted.
And I picked up your, I've moved stuff around.
You moved my PR. Let me just get that. Oh, that's such a cliche.
I would say hydrate is probably my number one. In fact, the last time I think that especially right before you go to bed, pounding one of those stupid fizzy ones, whether it's a noon one or the packets or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it helps
LMNT,
a ton.
I use that just for hydration in general. Yeah. They don't market themselves as a hangover cure, but
they should.
Yeah.
They really should.
But it is 3 Gatorade. So if you have hypertension or a sodium problem that you've been told about, maybe don't do that. Also, don't listen to us for any advice, obviously.
Yeah, we're just giving you options.
We're just scientists.
But definitely do it. Sleep is another one. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I usually get 8 hours, but aim for 9 or 10. Why not?
Why not? Because 2 of them aren't really going to count because you're hammered anyway.
And then 2 of them are going to be hungover, so why not be unconscious for that crappy morning? And you wake up.
What is your hangover breakfast? Do you have one? Do you...
I don't.
You don't. You fast.
I
like
usually
a
fast.
Psycho. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Don't ever fast. That's the dumbest thing you could do.
Yeah, it is dumb. Actually, you shouldn't fast after hangover. You should eat something. Well, I don't know what to eat. Because people say eggs, like fat and carbs.
Some people say carbs.
But
some people say grease. Some people say...
So,
and they phrase it like, well, the protein will soak up the alcohol. And you're like, no, dude, my body soaked up the alcohol. It's in there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, the bacon grease isn't gonna, like, suck it back out. Like, come on, dude.
Well, okay. you're less insulin sensitive after you drink. Like, your blood sugar's going all over the place. So when you do have all that, you're going to spike way more, which sucks. And you're going to feel crappier and shorten the lifespan even more, which is why I fast. But fasting puts a lot of stress on your liver, which we've also heard, so does drinking. So I don't think either of those are a good idea. I don't know what the answer is, though. Probably eating a healthy, low
I'll tell you what I do.
blood sugar meal.
1 banana.
Add a banana. And then you're fine.
1 banana, drink as much
Hangover just not
liquid as I
having a
can.
banana in you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no! I'm like crawling to the grocery store. Like, just throw me one, please. 1 banana helps a ton for me. I don't know why. I feel like it settles my stomach. I feel like I like having something in my stomach.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try it.
1 banana goes a long, long way for me.
It sounds like you're starting a kid's song every time you say it.
1 banana.
Alright, so not 2. Have you ever tried 2? Well, if 1's
No, I
good,
think
2's
it's
gotta be
too
double good.
full.
It's a bell curve.
It's a big old bell curve.
Everything's a bell curve.
Everything is a bell curve.
There's a sweet spot for
Including this
everything.
puppy dog.
Oh, you're a sweet spot, sir. If you're only listening on Apple Podcasts, first go rate and review because that helps us out a lot. And then come watch on YouTube because there is a cutie in my house right now.
Puppy
And
dog.
also his dog. Ah.
Very good, very good. So you don't have a hangover breakfast. That's crazy. What about coffee?
I know. Yeah, I'll have black coffee. That helps. Or pre-workout and go for a walk.
So
That's
it's
another good
caffeine.
one. Sweating. Ooh.
Sweating
My
is-
my hangover breakfast is sweating.
The one and only best possible cure I've ever come across is sweat.
Metcon.
Metcon. Ugh.
I've never gone in a sauna and cheat sweated it out. Does that
Doesn't work. It works not quite as well.
Okay.
But it works.
Cheat sweat.
It works pretty well.
Okay. Well, let's go do push-ups in a sauna then.
Sure. Ugh.
Now I need to build a sauna.
Slip.
Coming soon to Fitness Outrageous. Allie
My old
builds
gym,
a
we had a
hangover
sauna and a steam room right next to each other. It was one of those
Wait,
ones.
what's the difference? Oh,
Sauna's
one's dry.
and
Okay.
steam room's steam.
Cold pool, then you go back and forth. What?
Oh.
Cold shower, I tried that for a hangover.
Oh yeah, does that
I have
work?
to go back and watch my own video. Pretty sure it didn't. No, wait, I just did a cold shower and cold exposure videos. Oh, I jumped into snow in Big Bear when I was hungover to see if that could help.
Oh god, that sounds
I was
horrible.
really hungover too, so that's a tough one. I didn't.
Didn't work.
No, did not. That's just more stress on your body.
I just
That's
got
really
one.
stupid.
Detoxify. This company sent me a new hangover cure.
Yeah, I got it.
Have
I
you
got
tried
one
that
too.
one?
If you want to try easy, letter E, Z.
Easy. What's the difference? What is it?
Every one of them have milk thistle. That seems to be the thing that people have pegged as
Milk
hangover.
thistle is so gross.
You tasted it?
Yes.
What did you pick one and eat it?
It
Grown
was
on
in,
Runyon?
No, it was in. It was like a drink. Somebody blended it and put a bunch of maybe it was a hangover drink. Yeah, the plug maybe.
I've given you the plug. We drank the plug on this channel at VidCon.
Did it work? I don't remember.
No, we both were like, I don't know, because I might have been more hungover, but also
Oh yeah, we were both like, sorry, we're so great.
we
at
didn't
being
have
hungover."
a baseline. But it wasn't miraculous. We were still hungover, but it was like, well, maybe it made the hangover less worse.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I feel like there was one. Sweating is and always will be the hardest,
Yeah.
but the most worth it and the most effective. for
Yeah,
sure.
because you come out of a workout and
Oh,
feel miraculous.
no! You have to take a shower after you sweat.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting.
That-
Oh, right,
that
because
was
the
the
toxins
key
are
for
on your
me.
skin. I never thought about that.
Big time. I used to. That was the best for me. Was when I lived on my old place on the beach. I would get up, run on the beach, sweat, maybe dry heave a little bit.
Sure.
There was one time
A
where
banana came back.
in the
One
summers,
banana, two banana,
yeah,
three
one.
banana floor.
3 banana.
Wow, your puke sound effect is so convincing.
There was a time, I don't know if this happened to you or if you know this, but like in the summers in Massachusetts, kids would go to summer camp and they would go like in the woods or at a campsite or whatever. But apparently in LA, a lot of kids go to summer camp like on the beach and like beach clubs, and so they have like beach camps. So one time I'm jogging, I'm doing my hangover jog, and I'm like, oh God, I feel like, and I dry heave real bad. I don't puke, thank God. But then I'm like, and then I look over and it's just a bunch of kids just like staring at me because I'm a literal monster, you know. And they're in the middle playing, I don't know, like Foursquare, Capture the Flag or whatever on the beach because there's like summer club, summer camp, and I'm like, hey kids,
It's cool.
Yeah, and I just like kept jogging, and I'm like, this is a low point for old Max. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty bad. So anyway, yeah, I would go and jog on the beach, sweat, get a lot of sun, maybe jump into the ocean to really just wash myself off. But then yeah, the shower after was where that was really came.
Miraculous. Okay. My biggest one. Well, okay, they're all really important, honestly, and they work in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
But I really love this one. We talked about it in the supplements video, or the supplements podcast. But taking charcoal, coconut charcoal.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and I specifically use Bulletproof. They have a more milligrams per pill than any of the other ones. I don't know if that's good or bad. Well, you just can take less of the pills. But it makes a big difference. Even on a day where I cheat, you know, a food hangover? We should talk about that too.
I have one right now. I feel so crappy.
Jack in the Box.
I had Brittany made chicken parm sandwiches last night. So I had one, it was fine. And then she made me 2 full sandwiches. And I was like, I don't need 2. And then I ate the second one, and then
like
all night puke. I felt so...
Everyone listening thinks we're eating and throwing up because we're so good at voice acting.
Yeah. Oh, there's someone at the door.
Anyway, yeah, so you
I
had
felt
2.
terrible. Oh, sorry, Jax. Jax hates when somebody knocks on the door. Or doorbells.
What, you don't think he likes
doorbells.
it, he hates it?
He barks. That's like the only thing he barks at is doorbells.
And me earlier.
And you. And apparently there's something outside. I don't know what that was, like geese or whatever the hell that was.
Can you see the birds?
Alright,
so yeah, even
but
when
you told me about the charcoal thing, and I think we should point out to everyone, charcoal is a little dangerous if you happen to be on other medications.
Yes,
because it sucks up everything.
It up, right? Yeah, so I've heard of pregnancies because girls will take it with their birth control and then have a kid.
There was a charcoal toothpaste that reached out to us, and apparently it's like really good for whitening your teeth or whatever, and they were like, oh, but be careful, we don't want to get you pregnant. And I'm like, yeah. What? Yeah. And so yeah, if you're taking charcoal, be careful about what type of birth control you're on.
Well, and it weirds me out because it's like burned coconut. I know specifically Bulletproof uses coconuts. I don't think other companies necessarily do coconut charcoal, or maybe, yeah, whatever. Coconut charcoal is a Bulletproof one. But burned things, like toast, are carcinogens, and carcinogen means causes cancer. So what am I just taking 4 cancer pills? I don't...
Yeah, just eat a box of cigarettes.
I would probably feel great the next morning. But no, it really does work. I've heard of people taking 2 the charcoal pills with each drink, which is excessive. The serving size is 2.
Do they get drunk?
Yeah, so here's the thing. It soaks up the toxins, but has zero effect on the alcohol.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, interesting.
Which is also dangerous because some people think that it's going to stop them from getting drunk. It won't. But I usually limit myself to 4 in one night. It'll just be like 4 before I go to bed, or maybe a couple at the beginning, a couple at the end.
I'm gonna get some charcoal, coconut charcoal, and really see if that... I'm intrigued right now. I'm gonna go to...
Do Amazon now. It's here.
Charcoal grills, charcoal toothpaste, charcoal pills. Is that what it's called?
I mean, I feel like you could probably just eat charcoal briquettes. You're fine. Just get that. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. You brush your teeth with it.
Just make my own.
Anyway, I'm a big fan. I don't know if I've ever combined all of these. I would probably be superhuman. Or what if you did it when you weren't... Wow, if you did this when you weren't drinking, you would wake up so hydrated and sucked of toxins and just feeling fantastic.
Well, that's what I wonder.
10 hours.
That's what I wonder about people who like just don't drink at all.
Oh, they must be. They're living life on easy mode, is what it feels like. You know when you put in the Skywalker code on Mario Brothers 3, and then you can just fly around on every level. It's like, well, why was this so hard before? Look at me just beating a level. That's people that aren't hungover.
The Konami code. I think I'm down to try the charcoal pills. I always run across these things, and I always sort of have like a healthy level of skepticism. But I know that certain things work. I guess I know that certain things give me a hangover for sure. Do you know anything that like will definitely guarantee
margaritas, anything high sugar, but that's a combo of cheat day and alcohol. Right. You know, or if you have a cheat day and get drunk, that's the worst. No. Oh, and I can't tell if it's because my body just hates that it had a Big Mac or that I was blasted when I had said Big Mac.
Right. Or you got drunk and you're like, I could do another dinner, another Big Mac.
Of course.
I found that when I used to, I mean I don't anymore, but when I used to smoke cigarettes, one cigarette on a night of drinking would just rocket up my hangover.
Really? That's so interesting.
Absolute murder. Yeah.
What the heck?
Like if I could just drink 50 beers one night, fine. 50 beers and one cigarette, toast. Like the next day I was just destroyed. My throat hurt, my stomach hurt, my head hurt. Sweaty, clammy, like it was unbelievable.
What if you had one cigarette but not drinking? You wouldn't wake up that bad, right?
Not that bad, okay. No. But it's like a turbo shot, I guess, on the old hangover.
Oh, yeah, like a magnifying glass on the crap that you're already doing. Mm-hmm. Huh. I mean, people say I'm saying that I don't do high sugar things. I'm trying to limit the grossness of the alcohol that I'm intaking, but I drink really heavy dark beers and I'm fine. I don't know. I think that's comparable to a margarita, honestly. It's probably because it's so much carbs, so much of a glycemic load all at once. But you know, I'm so down for a stout.
I told you I just went to this bar here the other day and they had like a pitch black beer. And I was
really?
like, oh, I should tell Spags about it. It poured out. It was like maple syrup.
And the head
like
looks
out of
like
a spout.
It too. Yeah.
It looked like tar. I was like, like that. Spaghetti.
Tar. I'm a big fan.
A tar beer.
Yeah, but also when I'm drinking, it's like, I'm being
bad.
You're right, exactly. You're like, well, if we're gonna be bad, let's just enjoy it.
Be bad.
Yeah, I can't do a vodka seltzer.
Really?
No. Ugh.
You mean a Truly with vodka in it, or like a vodka soda?
No, like a vodka soda, vodka and seltzer water.
The first time I ever saw anybody drink a Truly, she cracked it, took a big chug, and then took a thing of Tito's and just dumped it in, and I was like, whoa.
Also, Truly is way better than White Claw. It's sweeter, though. I think it has 20 more calories. Makes a difference.
I think certain flavor packages are better in each one. Like, we got Truly lemonades, and like they were kind of crappy. And I like lemonade.
Yeah.
And then we got Truly berry, and I loved all of them.
Huh.
You know, so it's a weird. I think it's just sort of you find your package.
Do you get hungover on seltzers?
Not yet, but.
You've never gotten hungover on seltzers? Because you have something else with you. You're like, screw this, I'm having whiskey.
Usually. I don't know, I mean, seltzers are sort of novel to me, because they're still like, you can chug them, which is kind of fun. You can play party games or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever, I definitely am too impatient to get drunk on seltzers. I'm always like, yeah, this is okay. Let's get some whiskey, Or like, let's get some tequila or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess for science I'll have to do just a pure seltzer night. See how it goes. That's why, like, when they send me this hangover cure, I'm like, so I guess I have to get drunk.
Yeah.
For this video.
Yeah, well, and you need a control, right? So you have to get drunk without it, and then you get equally drunk with the same way, but with it.
Right. Oh,
See how you feel.
That's true. Well, I got a lot of work to do.
A lot of drinking. Okay, did we cover it all? I think is that it?
The cures.
Timing.
Chia,
eating.
Eating at the end of the night?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Doesn't affect me one way or the other. In fact, it will make me feel crappier based on because I ate 3 slices of pizza I didn't need.
Yeah.
I don't find that it soaks up anything. I don't find that my stomach feels better or worse in terms of booze. I don't mind it, and sometimes I think I need it, but I don't think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of drinking and then eating late after. But that's what everyone does, and that's what I think is the main reason that people gain weight, drinking.
Not the booze,
the added alcohol or the glycemic spike from that.
Drunchies.
That's
what you call it?
Yeah. That coach called it that, I think.
We gotta think of a better term for that. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Yeah, that's a rough one. But that's one of my big hacks for how do I incorporate alcohol and fitness, is having the self-control to not eat at the end of the night. But we should do a whole episode on that, by the way, because we ask all of our guests.
Yeah, and we never
actually answered it ourselves.
No.
Okay. Perhaps coming soon. Let us know in the comments if you want that.
So, too long, didn't read. Sweat, have a banana.
The banana
Don't smoke
one,
any cigarettes.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Don't drink before going to bed. Hydrate. Coconut charcoal. Oh, that was another thing. We have had multiple, probably fits on more than one hand, people tell us on the podcast that you should day drink.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to keep coming up. That just, what they say is separate the drinking from your sleep, so get as far apart as you can with those two,
right?
Which basically is saying day drink.
Your last, like the time between your last drink and when you go to sleep.
So then people just drink till 2 a.m. and then don't go to sleep till noon. That's a great idea. No, I think that day drinking should be a new thing. You should eat dinner, sober up, go to bed. Also, drunk dinner tastes so much better than not drunk dinner, I think, as I mostly recall.
As I would imagine. And making dinner drunk is a blast.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
I don't know, ketchup? Sure.
We get sued when people get caught on fire and cut themselves.
So anyway, order dinner. Don't cook. Just never cook. That's the...
Never cook.
Yeah,
we should get sponsored by an order-in meal prep company.
We really should.
Yeah. I feel like that fits. We should make our own. Oh my goodness. Total Fitheads delivery meals.
Yeah, it just says like Burger King on it. It's totally unaffiliated, but it's definitely... We just take like a Burger King and we put it into a Fitheads bag.
But it's us delivering it.
And it's still a Burger King bag in the Fitheads bag. Yeah, that's it.
And it comes with a fist bump.
Like,
This is
yeah.
great. This is great. I'll build an app. Are you busy weekday afternoons and weekends? We'll just have to be on call. All right, drinking buddy. Thanks for the input.
Thanks for your help, Jax.
Great guest. We should have you back on.
Good shake.
All right, and thank you, Fitheads. Please rate and review. We say this a lot, and that's because it is a lot important. It's really helpful for us getting great guests and getting better episodes for you, so you have the power to build the Fitheads empire and with us. So go for it. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Anywhere else, does that matter? No, it really is just Apple, right?
I think it's just Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Tweet at somebody you want us to have on the show. And
yeah. Let us know in the comments about upcoming episodes.
And how you guys handle your hangovers.
Yeah. Ooh, do we miss anything? I feel like I missed stuff.
Suggest something for us to try, because obviously...
There's nothing else to try. We've done it all.
Drink science is our...
Drink science.
Dryance.